So I have a couple kids just a little bit older than you guys. And with each of them, I did a STEM project while they're in high school. I'm going to tell you about those two STEM projects. One was a complete and total failure, and the other one was a good success. Each one is equally important. The older one said something one day which started off his project, which is he said, "Toast is boring." Once you've said that, in my household, you got to do something about it. Okay? So what was the idea? The image toaster. Because really, when you get down to it, toast is boring. It's a missed opportunity. You've got this blank slate in front of you. Why aren't you doing something with it? Right? So what's the big idea here? Allows people to horse around with each other. You get up in the morning, you put your toast in, your friend has sent you something. A combination of app, hardware, software. It turns out that toast wouldn't be boring anymore. It's a pretty cool idea. And for you guys, you just live in the virtual world, right? There's iMessage, there's Instagram, there's Snapchat. You guys aren't on Facebook because we can see what you're doing. I get it, okay? But there's very few ways to get into the physical world, and this was one of them. And it has all sorts of applications, branding applications, in addition to messaging applications. Then we started rolling out the roadmap of how we would actually do this. And it gave us a good opportunity to talk about what I do in my day job, which is worrying about business models and how you turn an idea into something that's actionable, that can become a business and become self-sustaining. And it's really hard. And this was a total failure, because what we found was that it's really tough to get those images on toast. It turns out that bread is an absorbent material. There's this particular chemistry situation called the Maillard reaction, and it just wouldn't work on a physical basis. Great idea, lots to be learned, didn't work. That's okay. We had a lot of fun along the way. Let's talk about the next one. Have any of you heard about Valles? It's a bike charity event in Cleveland. Basically, people like you go out to their friends and neighbors and say, "Will you sponsor me for the miles that I ride?" And all the money that's raised goes to Cleveland Clinic cancer research. So now that I've said that, what's wrong with this ride? People like you, people like me, family, friends of people who have cancer, they're all out there riding, raising money for cancer research. And my younger one noticed this. He said, "This is just wrong." What's wrong with it? Any ideas? Who doesn't get to ride? Friends and family get to ride, other people get to ride. Who doesn't get to ride? The kid in the cancer ward, right? He doesn't get to participate. And so my younger one said, "That's wrong. The kid should be able to participate." I said, "Okay, now that you've said that, what are you going to do about it?" He said, "Well, my idea is to somehow allow the kid in the cancer ward to ride virtually." I said, "Okay. What's your idea? Let's work on this." First, he came up with some early ideas. Maybe a drone, maybe something on wheels, maybe something like that, just with a small camera mounted there. Maybe something like that would provide benefit. Keep on working at it. Went through multiple iterations. Kept on figuring out what was right with each iteration, what was wrong with each iteration. Finally settled on this. Have an iPad so that the kid's face is real size, have a robot arm, have a speaker, have a microphone. Let's show you what it looks like. A little more. All right. Talk to me.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
What's on the agenda for tonight?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I think the key point I want you to take away is when you say something like, this is boring, do something about it. When you see something that you say, this isn't quite right, do something about it. It might not end up being a success, but you'll learn a lot along the way. And there's always a chance it will become a success. That's important. Okay? On the image toaster, we learned so much about chemistry and lasers and the Maillard reaction and items like that. There are things that we would have never learned had we not said, let's give it a try. Let's see how we can make toast more fun. Right? By the way, it also works with Pop-Tarts and things like that, in theory. Didn't end up working in practice. All right, we're going to see if we can pull this up.
Right now, I'm looking forward as if I were just riding on the bike regularly, but I can also turn to my left to see my dad.
Hi, Soren.
Helmet on. Why do you have your helmet on?
I'm on my bike.
Okay. But I can also turn back to look ahead and look down at the floor to see the beer that my dad has on the floor for some reason. But if I were on a bike outside, I could still look up, and instead of seeing halogen light bulbs, I'd be able to see the sky around me. But even after that, I could turn to the right to see other riders beside me. And I could even turn behind me. 300 of around the bike as if I were fully immersed. And then I can turn back to my dad and pretend as if I were riding right alongside him.
Perfect. Okay. It took us a year to do this. And it turns out that when you've got an idea like this, other people jump in and help you. We had people who were bike engineers all of a sudden calling up and saying, I can help. And we had other people stepping up and saying, this is a good idea, I can help. And that's a big part of it, is getting people to know what you're doing, letting them help you. Let them be partners in it. And so at Valles on the 4th, the launch party, it was introduced. By the way, the logo and things like that, we didn't come up with that. Other people stepped in and said, let me make you a really cool logo for this. So it's just a matter of getting people involved. Let them be part of the project. Let them have ownership. Let them have authorship. Let them help you make it a success. You don't need to do everything on your own. Okay? That's all I've got.